Hello everybody and welcome to the Wretched Eye strike, which is the brand new strike coming to Rise of Iron. Bungie sent me out to Bungie Studios, well Activision and Bungie sent me to Bungie to capture some of this gameplay for you guys to be able to give you my first impressions and my opinions of everything that I played. Also, I was on an early build, so please do note that it's possible that things could change. So let's talk about this strike. I'm also gonna note that the entire time you're gonna see me trying to melee things, and the reason that I'm trying to melee things is because I'm using the artifact where you can turn enemies into your friends. So I keep telling people you do not want to play PvE with me ever, because I'm literally just trying to make an army of friendly guys. Although you can't make an army of friendly guys, which is really disappointing. You can only have one per person. So in total, we could have 3 enemies as our friends, but it's actually pretty cool. I ended up getting a captain who had a void shield as a friendly. We ended up getting a fallen ball. What are they called? Mini septics? The ball dudes, you'll see. I'm about to get it right here. I'm gonna get a mini ball dude as my friend. Sorry, I'm really bad at calling things what they're supposed to be called. It's just part of me. It's who I am. It's my personality. But yeah, you will see throughout the gameplay that I'm meleeing everything and we are trying to take control of the bad guys and make them into our friends. We're waving at them and dancing with them, and that's what I was all about going through the strike, was just trying to make things into my friend. It's definitely really cool and it's a good thing to do. I don't think you'd want to do it if you were in like super high level PvE content, but it's definitely fun when you're just running through like maybe a strike playlist and you're like, hey guys, let's build an army of friendly enemy dudes. So it's definitely fun to do that, but definitely not super practical. So in case you didn't quite get it from my little rambling there, the way that you make an enemy AI dude guy your friend is by meleeing them, and it has a chance to trigger it to make them your friend. That's how you get them. I think we get this guy as a friendly. We get a version of the captain as a friendly, which was pretty cool. He is strong and he was leading the way. I really wish I could have recorded the audio between me, Holtzman, and Mesa Sean, because we were just like, oh, he's leading the way, we got a captain, and it's not as funny when I try and redo it, but it was really great. So I hope you guys enjoy us making the bad guys our friends. Now to talk more about the strike. So the boss within the strike is actually really kind of cool and very dark. There's a Fallen that have taken control of Hive. So the Fallen have attacked the Hive and they've made an ogre be their slave. They've gotten this ogre, they've tied him up, and the actual big boss guy that we're fighting has plucked the ogre's eye out of the ogre and put it onto his weapon and augmented it with Siva to make this like crazy ogre eyeball weapon. So in the actual final arena, which you will of course be seeing very soon, you're fighting against an ogre that's blind with these big balls on his hand. He's been experimented on by Fallen and he's just smashing around trying to kill you. And then you also have the Fallen with this big ogre eyeball gun trying to kill you. Now, we were playing this on probably the easiest setting because this isn't even level 40. So of course it's not max light level, it's not anything like that, it's not challenging. We were playing it on the easiest possible setting that you can, because usually when you go to capture events, they put it on the easiest setting because they want you to just be able to complete it and kind of show off things. So it's gonna get a lot harder, especially when it's Void Burn. If this is the Nightfall with Void Burn, it's going to be really freaking hard because you have to constantly be running, and that ogre eye weapon is going to be a pain in the ass. Now, something that I definitely do want to talk about the strike as well is that the way that they have built this strike is that every time you load into it, there's going to be various different ways to get from point A to point B. While we were at Bungie, we were told that they're really trying to make strikes and make them be more replayable. So when you load into a strike, you might have to go the left way or the right way or the middle way. I haven't played all of them, so I can't say how drastic the differences are, but it's just supposed to give you more ways to get to the same end that makes it a little bit different, that keeps it a little bit fresher than just playing it the exact same way. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I actually really enjoyed the final boss. I can see how difficult it's going to be when it's not at the easiest setting. Of course, when we are light level, I don't know what light level we were, like 360 or something like that, and we're playing on a level 38 strike. It's not even level 40, let alone max light level. it's going to not be the most intense, challenging situation in an entire world. But when you actually are in the final room, there's just AI everywhere that keeps spawning. There's dregs, there's shanks, you have the ogre running around trying to smash you, and then you also have the main boss guy that you have to actually kill, who has this ogre eye as a weapon. So I can definitely see that it is going to be intense, especially when it's the nightfall. It's going to be incredibly intense, and if they make it void burn, it's going to be really freaking difficult because there's nowhere to really hide, and you have to keep moving because you have AI and a massive ogre trying to crush you. So I'm definitely excited to play more of the strike on a harder setting. There's a bunch of traps from the Fallen, there's a bunch of like different paths that you can take, and the end boss fight is pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna leave you guys to watch the rest of the strike so you can take in the sights and sounds. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's definitely a lot more to come because like 50 images were posted today of Rise of Iron weapons and armor, so we definitely need to talk about that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll speak to you awesome people later. Bye.
That did it. No idea what those nodes were protecting, but the barrier's down.
You're all that stands between the Splicer's High Priest and whatever mad science he's cooking up down there. End this.
This doesn't look good.
Did you find the High Priest?
Not exactly. That ogre is... well, that's disgusting.
A lot more where that came from if the High Priest isn't removed from the field.
The High Priest wasn't looking to build a hive slave army. He was just removing their body parts to be joined with Siva.
Bioengineering's become the Splicer's main MO. We're lucky to have dropped their High Priest before he could perfect any of this madness, but it's gotta make you wonder. What other perversions are they planning?